27F. Guess I'm writing this down to keep the timeline straight in my own head. It's been a weird week. It happened last Wednesday. My boyfriend, Justin, 28M, and I were on the couch. We've been together for 3 years, living in my apartment for the last 18 months. Things had felt a bit off, a little distant, but I chalked it up to work stress. He turned off the TV, looked at me with this serious but trying to be gentle expression, and dropped the bomb. Justin, babe, we need to talk. I've been doing a lot of thinking about us, about life. I think we should see other people. I just stared at him. The phrase hung in the air, thick and suffocating. Before I could even form a question, he kept going. Justin, I just feel like we're young, you know? I don't want to have regrets. I want to be totally honest with you, so I've already started. Just a couple of dates, nothing serious. But I wanted you to know. Honesty. He presented it like a gift, as if telling me he was already cheating was somehow noble. My brain went into a weirdly quiet place. The hurt was there, a deep thud in my chest, but on the surface, it was all cold, quiet logic. He wasn't asking for my permission. He was informing me of a new arrangement he'd already put in motion. An arrangement where he presumably gets to have his fun while still having me, and our shared life in my apartment, to come home to. I took a slow breath. Me? Okay. Thanks for the heads up. Justin actually looked relieved. He smiled. See? This is why you're the best. You're so chill. I knew you'd understand. I didn't understand. I just saw the end. He'd made his choice. So I made mine. I went into the spare room, pulled up my old, deactivated Hinge profile, deleted the old photos of me and him, the cozy couple shots. I replaced them with new ones. There was one of me at a black tie and sneakers charity ball I went to with a friend a month ago. Justin had refused to go. Sounds pretentious. There was another of me laughing with a group on a winery tour he'd bailed on. Day drinking gives me a headache. And the main profile picture? Me on my own, beaming, at the summit of a mountain after a tough hike he'd call pointless cardio. My new bio, recently single and rediscovering all the things I've been missing. Looking for a partner for my next adventure, big or small. I felt a strange sense of calm. He wanted to see other people. Okay, granted. He saw me on my phone later and smirked. Setting up a date already, he asked, like it was a fun little game we were now playing. Me? Just updating some things. He laughed and went back to his video game. He has no idea. He thinks he's in control. He thinks I'll just be here when he's done exploring. He's about to find out how wrong he is. Update 1, 2 weeks later. Well, things escalated, but not in the way Justin expected. My profile got a lot of attention. Messages from guys who liked hiking, who recognized the winery, who thought the charity event looked fun. It was strange and flattering. I wasn't looking to jump into anything, but I agreed to a coffee date with a guy, Andrew, 29M, who had a witty profile and seemed genuinely kind. The date was nice. Just nice. Normal. We talked for 2 hours. It felt good to be seen as just me, not part of a we. The real turning point was a message from a guy named Dennis, 30M. His opening line was that the Arts for Kids Gala? My company sponsored a table. That band was something else, right? He was in one of my photos in the background, laughing with his own friends. We started messaging. He was smart, funny, and didn't find charity events pretentious. We made plans for drinks. Meanwhile, Justin's exploration hit a snag. The new girl, apparently, wasn't cool with him still living with his ex-shocker. He'd been moody all week. Last night, he found me getting ready to go out. Justin, you have another date? That's like 3 this week. Me? Just meeting a friend. A friend I met on Hinge, but he doesn't need the details. Justin, okay, well, this whole seeing other people thing was fun, but I'm over it. I've made my choice. I choose you. So you can go ahead and delete that app now. We can be exclusive again. He said it with the casual confidence of someone ordering a coffee, as if he was bestowing a great prize upon me. Me, no. Justin blinks. No. What do you mean, no? Me. I'm not going back to being exclusive. You ended our relationship when you decided to see other people without even talking to me first. I accepted your decision. Justin, it wasn't a decision to break up. It was a phase, and it's over now. I'm ready to be with you again. Me. And I'm not ready to be with you. I'm actually enjoying seeing other people. This is what you wanted, remember? His face went from confused to angry. So that's it? You're just throwing 3 years away over a little mistake. Me, you didn't see it as a mistake a week ago. You saw it as a fun new chapter. The only thing that's changed is that your other option fell through. I'm not a consolation prize, Justin. He stormed off to the bedroom and slammed the door. The entitlement is breathtaking. He really thought he could put me on a shelf and pick me back up whenever he felt like it. This morning, I left a note on the kitchen counter. Let's say today is June 11th. Justin, since we are no longer in a relationship, our living arrangement needs to change. My name is the only one on the lease. I'm giving you 30 days notice to find a new place to live. You need to be out by July 11th. I'm at a coffee shop now, waiting for him to read it. My phone is buzzing in my bag, but I'm not looking. Showtime. Update 2, the entitlement offensive. I knew there would be fallout, but I honestly underestimated the sheer level of delusion. The last 2 weeks have been an absolute masterclass in gaslighting and emotional manipulation. After finding my note, Justin went from 0 to 100. He didn't text or call. He waited for me to get home. I walked in and he was sitting on the couch, surrounded by his 2 best friends, Kyle and Jeremy, who looked at me like I'd just keyed his car. It was a planned ambush. Justin, we need to talk about this ridiculous note. Me, it's not ridiculous, Justin. It's a legal notice. We're broken up. You need to move out. Kyle, come on, Stephanie. He made a mistake. Are you really going to make him homeless over one little screw-up? Me, he's not homeless. He has 30 days. And it wasn't a screw-up. It was a choice he happily announced. Justin, I was confused. My head was all messed up. You're supposed to support me when I'm going through things, not kick me when I'm down. The narrative was set. I was the cold, heartless villain. He was the poor, confused victim. He started complaining to anyone who would listen that I was throwing him out on the street. Then came the call from his sister, Anna. I could hear the outrage in her voice before she even finished saying my name. Anna, Stephanie? I cannot believe you're kicking him out. After everything, he's in a total panic. Me. Anna, this is between me and him. Anna, no, it's not. It's about character. What's he supposed to do? You can't just throw him and all his things out into the street. What about his car project? He has nowhere for it to go. You know that. Her words, meant to guilt me, had the opposite effect. My blood ran cold. She was right. The car. Justin's great passion is restoring his vintage Triumph TR6. It's his baby, and it's currently in pieces in the single-car garage that is explicitly part of my apartment lease. He was panicking about it to her, and now she was trying to make it my problem to solve. That was the moment my sadness turned into cold, hard resolve. He wasn't just trying to manipulate me. He was using his family to make me responsible for the consequences of his actions. He crossed a line. I didn't yell. I told her, he has until July 11th to figure it out, and hung up. Then, I went to my laptop. I drafted a second formal letter. I cited the clause in my lease that forbids subletting or use of premises by non-tenants for major work. I stated that upon the termination of his de facto tenancy on July 11th, any property left behind, including the vehicle in the garage, would be considered abandoned. I gave him until 5 p.m. on July 12th to have it removed, or I would have it professionally towed at his expense. I printed 2 copies. I taped one to his bedroom door and sent the other via certified mail to create a paper trail. Last night, he confronted me, holding the letter. His hands were shaking. Justin, you wouldn't. This is my dream. You know I have nowhere else to work on it. This is pure evil. Me, it's pure consequences, Justin. You wanted to see what else was out there. You're about to find out. Renting a garage big enough for a car restoration project is expensive. Maybe your next girlfriend will have one. He looked at me, and for the first time, I think he realized I wasn't bluffing. The smug confidence was gone, replaced by pure panic. This wasn't a game anymore. This was reality hitting him right in the face. Final update. The sweet sound of silence. It's been 2 months. The drama is over, and my apartment is finally, blessedly quiet. Justin fought it until the very last minute. He tried everything. He had his mom call me, crying about how I was destroying her son's only passion. He tried to get our mutual friends to stage an intervention, But by that point, most of them had heard my side of the story and were staying well out of it. His narrative of the poor, confused boyfriend was falling apart. He moved out on July 11th, the deadline I gave him, leaving his things in boxes in his sister Anna's living room. As I suspected, the car was still in my garage on the morning of the 12th. I think he truly believed, right up until the end, that I wouldn't do it, that I'd cave. At 5:01 p.m. on July 12th, I made the call. The tow truck arrived an hour later. It was surprisingly quiet and efficient. They hooked it up, a sad, half-finished shell of a car, and hauled it away. I didn't feel happy. I just felt done. The frantic, furious call from Justin came about an hour after that. He was screaming, "Justin, you had my CAR towed. It's going to cost a fortune to get it out. Where is it?" "Me. They should have your contact information. They'll be in touch about the bill." "Justin, this is everything I have. You did this just to hurt me." "Me? No, Justin. You did this to yourself. I gave you over 30 days notice for the apartment and a clear, written deadline for the car. Your failure to plan is not my emergency." Anna, screaming in the background, "You're a monster, Stephanie, a vindictive witch." I hung up and blocked his number. I blocked Anna's. I blocked their moms. I heard through the grapevine what happened next. The towing and impound fees were massive. He had to borrow money from his parents to get the car back. He had no place to put it, so he had to rent a dingy, expensive storage unit miles away from his sister's place, killing any motivation to work on it. The dream is effectively dead, sitting under a tarp and gathering dust. He apparently tried to get back on the dating apps, but his profile, according to a friend who saw it, reeked of bitterness. He badmouthed me in his bio, which just came off as a giant red flag. The best part of my revenge wasn't loud or explosive. It was quiet and methodical. It was the simple, logical consequence of his own actions. He took my support, my home, and my loyalty for granted. He thought my life was a convenient home base he could use while he sampled other options. He found out that when you end a relationship, you lose the benefits of that relationship. All of them. The apartment, the emotional support, the free garage for your expensive hobby. I reclaimed my space. I repainted the living room a shade of green he always said was too bold. I'm still seeing Dennis, the guy from the gala. It's slow and steady and wonderful. It's not a rebound. It's a construction. Building something new on solid ground that I prepare myself. Justin wanted to see other people because he was worried about having regrets. Now he's living in his sister's spare bedroom. His prized car is in costly exile, and he's paying the price for his choices. I have zero regrets. He got the space he wanted, an infinite amount of it.